So what I've done is I've mapped out the week in daily candles, right? So this is what you could be backtesting is you say to yourself, okay, what happened Monday? What happened Tuesday? What happened Wednesday? Now what's going to most likely happen Thursday and Friday? So these scenarios here, we've already completed effectively, right? We know for the most part. Now we have to figure out what's happening on Thursday and Friday. So how do we figure that out? We have to collect data. So we have to say, okay, Monday we had to push up, Tuesday and Wednesday we drove down. Where did we go on Wednesday to weekly support? What will happen Thursday and Friday? Now we go back to previous weeks and we examine what normally happens on those times. But then what we do is we have to add information here. This is end of week, end of months. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to back test how things have played out at the end of the week, at the end of the month on a Friday or a Thursday, so that I can get a better idea of probability and say, okay, based on what I've seen on Thursday and Friday, when we've come to the end of the week and we've come to the end of the month, there's a lot of times that we reject or we push through those areas. So what I'm looking at currently right now, where do we see price overall? Is price in a low spot for the pound or a high spot? And then how will that play out towards the last 2 days of the week? We might find that people are taking orders and also entering orders, so it might cause a range. Or we could say, hey, everyone liked 132, so now we're going to start to leave that. So 132 will start to pull away and we'll create a weekly wick, which will be the monthly wick finishing at that point. So this is when you start breaking things down. You can then start to anticipate and say, okay, what makes the most sense? And really, we won't get an idea of what's going to happen Thursday and Friday, obviously, until those daily candles start to form. But we can start to anticipate where we are in the overall range for GJ and say, okay, well, what truly makes sense at this point? There's probability that we could drop to 131, 167. There's a probability there because you can see to the left, the weekly candles are very strong, and there's, we have big body candles in that weekly area from 132, 126 to 131, 167. But for us to have that happen, we have to have more momentum, and we know that we're coming to the end of the month, so we might not get that momentum, and we have a huge monthly rejection that we're entering into. You can look at the previous month's charts, and you can see that there's a big zone that we're coming into. So now you go back to your 15-minute time frames, and you say to yourself, okay, what usually happens when we enter a major zone? And we're entering a major zone on the monthly. There could be a little bit of a tap, there could be a bit of a rejection, and we could start again and then continue to move down, or we could reject there and then go back up. But most likely, we have to wait now till the following month to get a good idea of where we're going to start again, because it's all about getting that fresh move. I think towards the end of the month, the moves become very stale. We get nice moves, don't get me wrong, but you really want to play with a Thursday and Friday at the end of the month when you can basically do anything, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, once we start getting to the end of the week, I start, for example, on Thursday, I start looking at the weekly candle. So when we start approaching to the end of the month, I start looking at the monthly candle. And the thing is, I can see I have a resistance, I have a support on the monthly candles, right? Can you go to the monthly, please? I know GJ moves a lot, but I mean, lately it's been some sort of small moves. Okay, right there. Now, can you shrink it a little bit? Okay, right there. Basically, we're approaching to the end of the month. Okay? So basically, the way I see the charts is something like this. So more than likely, where you have those rejection on the monthly, I don't expect this candle to start pulling back from there. Basically, I would like to see this candle to continue moving downtown to retest some areas on those wicks right here. Because based on the monthly, we had this huge rejection, but that doesn't mean the pound was getting strong. We knew that. So more than likely, the move that I want is to create some sort of range where the price is right now, and during tomorrow, continue over Asian tonight, continue moving down to retest these previous wicks. That's what I'm not expecting a heavy pullback from 132. It's the way I see the charts right now.